Today is the 6th of Tishrei, Tuesday. We've been learning the Parashat Chok L'Yisrael for Parashat Vayelech. And I'll speak about some of the different subjects that we covered in our shiur today. First, we learned in the Mishnah from Masechet Nedarim about vows. Vows are commitments that a person makes just by making a statement. And a person has to be very, very careful about vows. Once a person makes a vow, makes a commitment, he has to keep it. So the Mishnah dealt with different types of vows and what languages in terms of his statements that he made would qualify as a vow and what would not qualify as a vow. In the Gemara, we learned about the grave sin of mentioning the name of Hashem in vain, how serious it is. And it says here that a person who is habitually saying the name of Hashem in vain, such unnecessary utterance of the name of Hashem can bring aniyut, can bring poverty. And poverty is as difficult for a person that it is likened to death. And then the Gemara, we spoke also about certain situations where if a person was excommunicated, how he would be released from his excommunication. And we spoke also about some dreams and certain subjects in dreams, that if a person dreamt about excommunication in a dream, that he would go to a group of 10 people to be releasing from him the excommunication that he saw in a dream. Then the Zohar covered certain aspects that have to do with Yom Kippur. And then we learned in the Halakha Psuka about water that was used to do any type of work with. Like let's say you used water to wash dishes. Can you use that water that you wash dishes with to do Netilat Yadayim? No. That water has become pasul, has become inappropriate to use for Netilat Yadayim, for washing hands, let's say before you eat bread. We learn also if certain types of water became so soiled, or if water have even bad smell to them. They may look clean and transparent, but if there is a foul odor that comes from that water, then that water becomes forbidden to use for Netilat Yadayim. In the Musar, we learned about the aspect of being truthful in terms of statements. And one of the things that was stated here in the Musar, if somebody is being honored for a certain thing that is not true, for instance, if they're honoring him because they think that he knows 2 Masechtot of Gemara, and he knows only one, that false honor, he should inform them that he knows only one Masechet and not 2. And the Musar spoke also that it is forbidden to boast and to brag about certain things that a person doesn't have in him, let's say, should not brag about the fact that he knows so much when he does not know. In general, the idea is to be truthful and not to have any false pretense or falsehood. These are some of the general subjects that we covered in the Chok L'Yisrael of today. But just a word or two about Kippur that's coming soon. It's going to be this Friday night. We've been learning some halachot in the synagogue. The halakha that we learned today is that a person has to ask for forgiveness and make right anything that he did wrong towards another person. In other words, not to do teshuvah only on those things that are between us and Hashem, but to do teshuvah also, and very importantly, on those situations where we may have wronged someone, whether it is that we took money inappropriately from him, so we should return it. Could be interest that we charged a fellow Jew that we should not have charged, that we should return it. It could be even offending with words, that we should make things right and make peace with the person. Other halachot that we learned also this week is that the same way we have a mitzvah to fast, of course, on Yom Kippur. But what some people may not know is there is a mitzvah to eat and drink on the eve of Yom Kippur. So if we have the mitzvah to fast on Friday night and Saturday day, there's a mitzvah to eat on Friday during the day and to add more meals, more snacks. It's a mitzvah to have a meal that involves bread with netilat yadayim. Even such a mitzvah is important even to the extent of dedicating less time to learning Torah, just so that you'll be able to have meals or to eat and drink, and even work, to minimize work so that you'll be able to have the meals and the eating that is a mitzvah to fulfill on the eve of Yom Kippur. Yom Kippur is a very special day of the year, but it's a day that involves also preparation for it, and we still have a few days during these days that come close to Yom Kippur to improve ourselves, to do teshuvah whatever we can, and may you all be inscribed in the book of life. Tizku leshanim rabot, ne'imot v'tovot.